My name is Joel Cruz. I teach guitar, bass, and ukulele. I'm going into year 29 of teaching private lessons, and I spent 15 years as an adjunct college professor teaching various music classes. My experience with music, started early on. My first instrument was a piano, and the teacher was a Suzuki method teacher, which is a lot by ear and less by reading. And I always lean on that when I teach, more like it's a language, getting people to understand the sounds of music and being able to recreate it. Playing by ear is great if you're able to do so. And when we teach, we try to individualize our lessons, and that's certainly something I do. So if you come in for lessons, we will look at what you're into, what kind of music you want to play, and we try to structure it that way. Now, as it comes to the guitar, I got my first guitar as a freshman in high school, and it's just been an obsession ever since. So at that time, it was learning Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin. This was mid to late 80s, so a lot of technical players were coming out. So you're talking Steve Vai, Joe Satriani. I loved Van Halen. And that just led me down the path of really trying to get as good as I could be on my own, and then eventually made it to the Atlanta Institute of Music straight out of high school and kind of learned the theoretical aspects. So from there, kind of got into jazz and more technical playing. Ever since then, I've just been on a quest to keep learning, and some of my favorite musicians, the common thread is improvising. Whether it be kind of a blues-based, funk-based, if it's fusion or jazz, or some of the rock bands, some of the jam bands, bluegrass players, that element of improvisation is really what draws me in. There's so many styles. Over the years of teaching, I've had young kids, we're talking 7, 8-year-olds to retired age, pushing 70 and 80 years old. So everywhere and in between, people have different things that they want to learn, different styles, and I've kind of touched on most of those at this point. So there's a lot of physical exercises for your left and right hands. We got to get your hands working. So we certainly cover the fretboard and theory aspect to it. If you want to sight read, that's great. But learning songs, a lot of people just want to learn songs, and we just want to make it fun, but geared towards the music that you want to play. So one of the reasons I like teaching is that I feel like I've had great teachers along the way, and I really want to impart their knowledge through me, through to my students. And the biggest kick that I get is when I see that student kind of click with a piece of information, whether it's getting a chord correct and it's clean, or if it's a theoretical concept they're understanding, and that light bulb moment, that's what kind of keeps me doing it, and seeing them grow, because music's a lifelong passion. And if I can get that instilled in somebody else and they play for their entire life, I might only teach them for a couple of years, but I know that I kind of got them started. That's everything. So if you have an interest in learning the guitar, bass, or ukulele, please give us a call, sign up with myself or one of the other great instructors here, and we will help you learn the music that you want to learn, because that's what it's all about, having fun. And we'll make sure you're learning all the things that you need to know from the technique and theory standpoint, but we'll sneak it in there while you're playing the songs that you want to learn.